Well, hello everyone. Here talk about right here is talking about sales right here. That a lot of times it sure seems that way. That whenever you are, trying to sell things, if it's going to be, tires, or if it's maybe going to be plugs or anything like that, that you always want to know too is to where that what's a good example of, you know, uh, what you would show somebody about how it works, right? About how the sales usually work. And don't we think that that the way that you advertise something and the way that you describe something would show go ahead and show somebody on how it works, right? And a lot of times it sure seems that way that when we do talk about sales, a lot of times if it's sales products or something like that, that everybody will probably want to know too that yeah, what are the chances that somebody's going to want to buy it if it's going to be car tires or something like that? And they probably want to know too that really what's it like to actually sell something? And you basically are saying is like yeah, providing good service for your customers, something like that, but still. About how many of us would maybe even say and even agree that whenever you do sell things a lot of times that is to where that yeah, well really are you it's not really another way of how you want to cause this to where that you're just getting rid of things or anything like that. Do we necessarily need to think that way to where that whenever you do sell things, you're not necessarily getting rid of the things. So what you're doing is you're providing service, you're providing those resources to your customers. And so that's why it seems like that when we do talk about the Cars character right here, by the way, that they'll say is to where that, yeah, well, for how it's described right here, how it's advertised right here, knowing about what do you think that you would be buying if you were getting ready for a race. And people might say that, well, really, for let's see who gets there first and all that, but still, that if it's going to be any sorts of competition, really, but really, the things to think about whenever you do think about, whenever it comes to selling things and whenever it comes to selling car parts or maybe if it's anything else such as racing, any sorts of competition like that. But really, what sorts of resources do you think that somebody's going to be asking about? And let's just say that whenever it comes to tires and maybe whenever it does come to checking anything else related to your car parts and all that, and but still, like everybody might say that yeah, if you were to actually look close at the tire right here in 102, that how good the tires are, whenever it comes to yeah, with all, I'm like, yeah, if it's going to be a need for speed or, anything like that, burn rubber or anything like that, but still, that when we do talk about racing a lot of times, that you're thinking is toward it, what do you think would be at need whenever it comes to racing and whenever it does come to providing good service, to your customers? And I would probably say that a lot of times, not everybody really knows what it is until you show them some examples of the things that you're talking about, right? And a lot of times that's usually what I have to say too. That whenever you do start talking about something, and you say is toward it, yeah. Well, how many of those customers are going to ask you to please describe, show me what you're talking about, before I actually buy it? And so yeah, the car is character right here, but let's just say if it is a remote control car or something like that, or anything that's going to involve, maybe putting the pieces together or something like that. But still, that whenever we do talk about selling tires and other car parts and other accessories, right? And you're thinking is toward okay, yeah, what's a good example of what's it like to actually sell things? And I look at that more as like providing good resources, but still, all the other, the kids might even say that in the I'm like, yeah, it's all about an opportunity, right? You're giving somebody this opportunity to where that I'll go ahead and show you how this works right here, and So it sure seems that way that yeah, you have, and there might be other choices too. Like let's just say that if this right here was supposed to be an example of a lamp or something like that, like your car's character, maybe for bed sheets or something like that, or maybe if it is a pillowcase or something like that, and you'll want to know too that yeah, a lamp or something like that, night light, maybe a night light or something like that, and kids might even say that yeah, do you think that maybe that if you did talk about maybe if it is besides tires for sale or something like that, maybe if it's a nightlight or something like that, but still, that when we do talk about the car's characters right here, and thinking as toward it really that these characters, by the way, you'll probably say is toward it. Yeah, a lot of times it's like that they think about the things that they need, but they're not sure exactly what exactly it is that they do need, other than that they describe, what they need. So a lot of times it sure seems that way that whenever you do shop around, by the way, it sure seems that way that you go ahead and you describe what you're looking for, and then for sure that they'll say is that okay, yeah, those resources that you provide, and knowing about the chances are that your customers are going to want to buy it, right? And so I use right here as an example right here of the tires for an example right here, but let's just say that maybe there's other things besides tires. They're available right here, but still, if it's headlights and all that, but still that you guys say that really, are you really providing good resources for your customers whenever it comes to selling things, and knowing that you actually show your customers on how they work, right? Anyway, talk about for cars, talk about for selling cars, selling parts, and knowing that for how the sales work and all. Talk about for cars characters.